The recent severe weather outbreak in the middle of the United States, particularly in Kansas and Iowa, has resulted in significant damage and injuries. An EF1 tornado with winds reaching up to 100 miles per hour touched down near the northeastern Kansas town of Richland, causing an RV to flip over and injuring 2 individuals. Additionally, buildings and trees suffered damage in the nearby town of Overbrook. In central Iowa, another tornado demolished a barn and damaged other structures in a rural area of Dallas County. Ping-pong ball-sized hail was reported in Bloomfield, adding to the destructive nature of the storms. Fortunately, there were no immediate reports of injuries in Iowa. The National Weather Service has issued warnings for severe weather in the central U.S., including parts of Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and northwestern Illinois, with the potential for large hail and damaging winds. This indicates an ongoing threat to life and property in the affected areas. Furthermore, the severe weather impacted transportation, as evidenced by the Chicago-bound American Eagle Flight 3661 that returned to Kansas City International Airport due to a possible lightning strike. Maintenance crews are assessing the aircraft for damage. The storms also caused havoc on the ground, with reports of a camper being overturned and a building losing its roof near Smithville Lake in western Missouri. Downed trees and power lines were reported in several communities near Kansas City, adding to the disruption caused by the severe weather. Overall, these events highlight the importance of staying informed and prepared during severe weather outbreaks, as they can result in significant damage and pose risks to human life. Authorities continue to monitor the situation closely and issue warnings as necessary to ensure public safety. Jeremy Hunt, the UK Chancellor of the Exchequer, has made significant remarks regarding potential interest rate cuts later this year, suggesting that such measures could improve the mood of voters. His comments also hint at the timing of a possible general election, indicating that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak may defer calling for one until the fall. Hunt emphasized the potential positive impact of interest rate reductions on the public sentiment, particularly highlighting the effect of higher real disposable incomes on people's perception of economic conditions. He pointed out that such improvements would likely be more noticeable to voters in the early autumn, considering the challenging period they have recently endured. These statements by Hunt are significant as they bring attention to the potential timing of a general election, with Sunak already indicating a likelihood of one in the second half of the year. Despite the possibility of a summer election, speculation persists, especially in Westminster, regarding the timing of such a political event. Hunt's assessment of the UK economy comes in the wake of remarks by Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey, who suggested the possibility of lowering interest rates before the US. Bailey highlighted differences in inflation pressures between the two countries, with the UK showing signs of price pressures receding. However, the UK's economic outlook remains a concern, as indicated by the latest forecasts from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, which predict weaker economic growth compared to other Group of 7 nations. This economic backdrop poses challenges for Sunak's Conservative Party, which currently trails the Labour opposition in recent polls. Despite efforts by Hunt and Sunak to improve voter sentiment through personal tax cuts over the past 6 months, their impact has been limited so far. Nevertheless, Hunt remains optimistic about the UK's longer-term economic prospects, citing strong growth potential and the absence of double-digit inflation experienced 18 months ago. Overall, Hunt's remarks provide insights into the economic and political landscape of the UK, highlighting the potential implications of interest rate cuts on voter sentiment and the timing of a general election. Donald Trump's foray into the world of special-purpose acquisition companies, SPACs, with his media startup has attracted significant attention, particularly concerning the potential value of his stake in the company and the challenges associated with cashing out. Despite the recent fluctuations in the stock price of Trump Media and Technology Group Corporation, Donald Trump's 58% stake in the company was valued at as much as $6.3 billion at its peak. However, a 6-month lockup agreement prevents Trump and other insiders from selling their shares immediately. This restriction hasn't deterred other shareholders from cashing out, as evidenced by a 270% rally followed by a sharp decline in the company's share price. The volatility experienced by Trump media is not uncommon among firms that utilize SPACs to go public, with many such companies trading below their initial price of $10 per share. Despite the challenges, insiders of successful SPAC deals have managed to profit handsomely by selling their stakes, even amid price declines. For Trump, selling his stake could potentially yield hundreds of millions of dollars in proceeds, given the company's valuation and his ownership percentage. Alternatively, founders may explore alternative options for liquidity, such as arranging loans using their shares as collateral, as seen in other SPAC deals. However, any decision regarding the sale of Trump media shares would likely face scrutiny, particularly in light of ongoing legal battles and the potential impact on shareholder sentiment. Trump is currently involved in lawsuits with co-founders over allegations of attempting to dilute their stake and faces criminal prosecutions as he campaigns for a return to the White House. Despite these challenges, Trump Media continues its efforts to launch its new live TV streaming platform, Truth Social, which is expected to offer a range of content including news, religious, and family-friendly programming. Additionally, insiders are poised to receive additional shares as part of the SPAC deal, contingent upon the company's stock maintaining a certain price threshold. Overall, the journey of Trump media highlights both the potential rewards and risks associated with SPAC deals, as well as the complexities involved in navigating the intersection of business, politics, and legal challenges. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, is currently facing a second wave of severe weather, with heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and possible hail posing risks to residents and infrastructure. The National Center of Meteorology has issued warnings, urging caution and vigilance among the population. This second wave of unsettled weather follows a period of unstable conditions from Monday evening to Tuesday noon. The forecast indicates an increase in convective cloud coverage, resulting in varying intensities of rainfall across different areas of the country. In response to the weather advisory, the National Emergency Crisis and Disaster Management Authority, NCEMA, has advised residents to leave their homes only in cases of extreme necessity. Additionally, precautionary measures include parking vehicles in safe, elevated locations away from flood-prone areas. To ensure safety, schools have transitioned to online learning, and government staff have been instructed to telework. The forecast warns of intensified weather conditions, including lightning, thunder, and the potential for hailstones, which can cause damage to vehicles and infrastructure. Reports indicate that some roads have become impassable due to flooding, leading to vehicle breakdowns, and residents have experienced electricity outages. This stay-at-home advisory marks the second instance in 2 months, reflecting the authorities' proactive approach to protecting residents during periods of unstable weather. Meanwhile, neighboring Oman is also bracing for the storm's impact, with heavy flooding claiming lives and others still reported missing. As the Sultanate prepares for the severe weather, concerns about safety and infrastructure resilience remain paramount. The ongoing tensions between Israel and Iran have significantly impacted airline operations in the Middle East region. While some airlines have resumed services to certain destinations, others have either suspended flights or rerouted their operations to ensure passenger safety. Several international airlines, including Emirates, Qatar Airways, Lufthansa, and Wizz Air, have resumed scheduled operations to and from various Middle Eastern destinations such as Jordan, Lebanon, Iraq, and Tel Aviv. This resumption of services indicates a cautious return to normalcy amid the conflict. However, the situation remains fluid, with airlines closely monitoring developments and adjusting their operations accordingly. For instance, Germany's Lufthansa has resumed flights to Tel Aviv, Erbil, and Amman, while flights to Beirut and Tehran remain suspended until at least Thursday. On the other hand, several airlines have either cancelled flights or rerouted their operations to avoid airspace affected by the conflict. Airlines such as Delta Airlines, Cathay Pacific, Virgin Atlantic, Finnair, and Portugal's TAP have cancelled flights to and from Tel Aviv, with varying timelines for resumption. Additionally, airlines like British EasyJet, KLM, and SAS have suspended flights to Israel, while others like Finnair have rerouted flights away from Iranian airspace to ensure passenger safety. Indian carriers like Air India and Indigo have also been impacted, with Air India cancelling flights to and from Tel Aviv until April 20 and Indigo rerouting daily flights to Istanbul to avoid airspace affected by the conflict. Overall, the situation underscores the challenges faced by airlines operating in regions experiencing geopolitical tensions, with safety considerations paramount in decision-making regarding flight operations. Passengers are advised to check with their airlines for the latest updates and changes to flight schedules.
Stay informed and entertained with Newsnook. Like, share, and subscribe for more.